I felt the harsh sun on my face as I stepped onto the short grass. I was surprised to find that my hand was shaking, but not with nerves like I had thought it would. Instead, I felt the feeling of completion on the horizon. The anticipation and excitement only increased as the announcer shouted my name from his small tower to my left, and the watching crowd began to cheer my name. The announcer's tower was built just in front of the water. A cool breeze brought me the smell of salt water to my attention. On the other side of the field stood a single door built into the stone. I turned to my right to face the cheering crowd and let myself fall into a deep bow. It was customary to look at the ground when bowing, but I had a reputation for being untraditional, so I continued to look towards the people. They cheered louder, thinking that why not honoring tradition, I was mocking the elves. The sad thing was that that tradition had been started only 30 years ago by a man. The elves could care less if you bowed or not. Iron bars easily twice my height separated me from the onlookers. They made sure none of them would be hurt in the coming duel. After all, you could never trust a northerner to act properly. "People of the West," came the announcer's voice. I never understood how he was able to be heard over crowds like this, but his voice was clear. "We stand today to honor not only a man, but one of the few men that has been given the honor of receiving the title of first mate aboard one of our Lord Elves' vessels." The crowd erupted again, chanting my name as if I was their symbol of patriotism. The announcer raised his hand for silence. The crowd fell silent in their seats. All eyes stayed on me. I took several steps into the center of the grassy strip which would be my battlefield, my hands behind my back, my head held high. I stopped at the center of the strip. In front of me, a single sword stuck out of the ground. Not a heavy club-like sword like that of the North. This was a slender, elegant weapon fit for a true Westerner. I grabbed the hilt with my gloved hand and slid it gently from the ground. I caught the reflection of my blonde hair in the blade before I performed a small flourish and turned my attention back toward the silent onlookers. I thrusted my blade into the air as if I had already won the coming duel. "For my Lord Elf!" I shouted. The crowd fell back into their cheers, and I let my eyes lift to a small box that had been constructed over the opening I had just walked through. In it sat the Lord Elf and his daughter, Okasa. The Lord Elf raised a robbed hand, signaling for the crowd to silence. "Why do you fight today, son of the West?" he bellowed from his perch. "For the position afforded me, for the family that raised me, and for my Lord who has blessed me," I answered. And then, letting my sword fall slightly, I let a smile tug at the corner of my mouth. And why not send another northerner to destiny? The crowd laughed slightly, and part of me thought I saw the Lord smile too. He waved his hand once more, and I turned to the closed door on the other side of the strip of grass. There was a hollow crack as some kind of gear began to turn.